Hey, what's up everybody? Nola Deej here, coming to you from Araby, Louisiana. Most have heard of Popeyes, like this one. They're one of the top fast food chicken places in the country, but not many know how or where Popeyes got its start.
Sit down to a fall feast for all, New Orleans.
Popeyes is cooking.
Popeyes chicken and New Orleans go together almost as much as gumbo, red beans and rice, and crawfish. It's a staple here, and one man started it, Al Copeland. Al Copeland's first chicken place was called Chicken on the Run, which he opened in 1972 because he wanted to compete with Kentucky Fried Chicken with their Southern fried chicken flavor. In Araby, Louisiana, just outside of New Orleans, somewhere over in that patch of stores, he opened his Chicken on the Run. But that didn't last very long because his Southern fried chicken recipe didn't go over too well. He realized people wanted spicy chicken. That's when he closed the place and came across a street to this area to reopen, no longer using the name Chicken on the Run. So he changed the name and he opened up the store right here, changed the recipe, and the rest is history. He made his chicken spicy, added some new spices to it for a more New Orleans-style fried chicken flavor, and reopened as Popeyes Mighty Good Fried Chicken. And, interestingly enough, it's not named after the popular cartoon character. Instead, he actually named it after the character Popeye Doyle from the movie The French Connection. Although after a few years, he managed to license the Popeye cartoon characters for his products, and it was a proper fit. It's a shame the building here no longer exists. It was demolished years ago after Katrina, and prior to that, it was a seafood place, a Chinese place, and various other things since being the Popeyes he opened. It's funny, I'm not sure if it's coming from somewhere else or not, but I swear I am actually smelling fried chicken right now. And I do believe these floors are the original floors of the Popeyes. By 1976, his first franchised Popeyes opened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Popeyes is cooking.
Popeyes was a huge success. By 1986, there were about 500 stores. Another 200 were then added in Texas and surrounding states over the next few years. The iconic design of the stores made them stand out against places like Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, and Taco Bell.
Good morning, and welcome to Popeye and Paz. Hi.
Here in New Orleans, a local TV station had a Saturday morning kids show that featured Popeyes Fried Chicken and showed Popeyes cartoons. I even remember sitting at home, putting my fingers to my eyes, and saying, "Roll 'em!"
But right now, everybody at home is waiting for a cartoon. Would you like to see one? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's say 1, 2, 3.
Everyone in the city of New Orleans knew Al Copeland at that point. But everyone remembers that every Christmas he would decorate his huge house with so many lights that Clark Griswold would be jealous. Each year it got bigger too, in fact, so big that the neighbors complained because so many people were driving down their street just to see the decorated house. Eventually, Copeland would purchase Church's Chicken, but it put him way into debt that he was never able to recover from. And in 1990, his company was in default on $391 million in debt. He ultimately lost Popeyes and Church's. He retained control of the recipe which they paid him to use, and the spices which his company produced. He still had his other restaurants, his spice company, and various other businesses that he ran, but unfortunately Al Copeland died of cancer on March 23rd of 2008. His son took over the business, and the iconic house that everyone in the city knew was eventually demolished. Now a new home sits on that spot, and it looks nothing like what Copeland's did. The lights that once decorated his house were donated to Lafreniere Park, and more were added so that every year people can drive through the park at Christmas to see the incredible light displays that were inspired by the man that gave us New Orleans-style fried chicken. The iconic look of the old Popeyes buildings has long since changed too, but there are a few places that still display the old look from the 80s. They might not be a Popeyes anymore, but just by looking at them you can tell what once existed there. And of course, Popeyes is still going strong even without Copeland at the helm. It's still a staple here in New Orleans, and hopefully other places around the world as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little lagniappe from this Who Dat. Now go pass a good time.